唔係後邊嗰個卡哇。
One two, one two, OK。
afternoon, rugby fans, and welcome to the Hong Kong Football Club for the final match of the Men's Asia Rugby Championship. I'm Ashton Hyde, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you today. And joining me in the commentary box is dual 15s and 7s Hong Kong China international Jamie Wood. Welcome, Jamie.
Hi there, Ash. Nice to be here down at Hong Kong Football Club. It's a beautiful day outside, isn't it? The sun is shining. It's a hot one.
Certainly is. And today's match sees the current reigning champions, Hong Kong China, facing off against the ever-talented South Korean side. Now, Hong Kong has been in impeccable form this series, remaining undefeated. And the last time these two teams met was right here in this very same venue. And Hong Kong China showed a dominant 30-10 win. Now, South Korea, on the other hand, has brought a young and dynamic side with the average age of under 25 here to Hong Kong. And only 4 of the players from their lineup today were part of the team that faced the Hong Kong here last year. Now, this fresh and energetic squad will be looking to use all their striking power out wide to provide some very entertaining rugby. Now, the atmosphere down here at the football club is absolutely buzzing, with the fans eagerly awaiting what promises to be a high-flying match, as both of these teams love to throw the ball out wide. Now, we can see the 4 different sides that make up the Asia Rugby Championship here, and we know that Hong Kong, China have gone through undefeated, and South Korea had a surprising match. And we're going to have a look at the highlights of that game here, where they went down 36-32 against the UAE. But first, we'll see their opening match against Malaysia, where they put on some great tries. And here we see the current standings of the Asia Rugby Championship, and we see that Hong Kong currently sit top of the table with 10 points, as well as the United Arab Emirates. Now, the UAE played Malaysia and had a convincing 62-19 win last night. So that means for this game, South Korea need to put a convincing win on and not let Hong Kong get a losing bonus point to come away with this. As we see the crowd favourite, the Hong Kong mascot, the Red Dragon, coming out and getting the crowd all up for this great test match. Now, the weather is extremely hot and humid down here at the Hong Kong Football Club, with it being 33 degrees, but it feels even hotter with the humidity. So this adds an extra challenge to these two teams, and it's going to show which team has come into this fixture with the better conditioning. What do you make of it, Jamie?
Yeah, it's definitely a hot one out there today. Korea have been out there for a while, warming up and running through their plays, so I reckon they need to cool down quite a bit when they go back in the changing room, so that could definitely play into it.
And as we have a look here at this Korean starting lineup, a couple of key names to look at would definitely be the number 8, Jung-Wook Hwang. He was fantastic against Malaysia a few weeks back, scoring a hat-trick, but unfortunately suffering an injury in their match versus the UAE. But he's back on form today, and look for his big ball carries. Also, the captain, Jung Kyung Lee, will be looking to make a big impact.
Some big names in the Hong Kong lineup as well, with Rory Cinnamon at number 1. Johnny McCormack-Housman, possibly his last match for Hong Kong and last match ever. Talks of retirement after this. It's great to see the likes of Luke van der Smit playing a really strong tournament this year. And Harry Layla really strong at number 9 as well. Mateo at 10. He's now got more caps for Hong Kong than he does for his club team, Hong Kong Football Club. An absolute bolter from the outskirts into the first team this year.
Yeah, very true. This Hong Kong side has a lot of striking power out in that back line. Big Tom Hill had played very well in the last 2 tests, and we all know that Paul Eltier at the back, whenever he touches that ball, he shows something pretty special. So keep a lookout for the fullback as we see the two teams making their way to the field. And Johnny McCormack-Houston, and possibly his last test, coming out first with a couple of the young ones. Always fantastic to see these young kids getting a bit of time on the big stage. See a better view there of all the players with the young children all coming out on the pitch. And we've been seeing both these sides warm up out there in this hot and humid conditions. It really is going to be a test of nutrition out there as we line up for both of the teams' national anthems. The referees today, it's a all Japanese affair here with the head referee Namakawa leading the whistle, and his ARs today are Furushi and Tsuka. And in the TMO we have Kawahara. And there is the president of Asia Rugby, Chase Abdallah Al-Dilai, giving the handshakes to all the team before this critical match.
Good to see you again. Thank you.
Got it. Stage is all set now to get underway with the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please now be upstanding for the anthems.
We will start with the national anthem of Korea. Now we have the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. There we have it. The stage is all set for the final round of the Asia Rugby Championship, where we see Hong Kong, China taking on South Korea. The match ball is being presented today by the Cathay Pacific cabin crew, proud sponsors of Asia Rugby. As the ball gets taken out to the centre of the field, we see the Hong Kong China team setting up to receive the kick, as South Korea will be getting us underway here today. Namakawa getting ready to get the affair underway. Here's your match officials today, with Namakawa, Farushi, Tsuka, and Kawahara officiating the game. To get things underway, Boy Hyun Jung to kick things off. Korea in the white strip, sorry, playing from left to right on the screen.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, game on.
And Jun gets us underway with a deep kick. Well taken there by Hill, and Smit starts early with a strong carry. Laidler finding his forward, Cinnamon with a great little offload. They look to use width early, Hong Kong China. Laidler with options both sides. Cinnamon carrying strong. Met in a good collision though. Laidler looking to box kick. Get some height on that.
Good kick from Laidler.
Well taken by the fullback Kim. And a crossfield, little tactical kick, but well taken by Seb Bryan. Seb under a lot of pressure though. Good work from the Hong Kong team to get back. Avatable going in at halfback, finds his captain Hurstich. And Laidler gets it deep back to Axton Barrett. Good sweeping kick, well taken. And a bit of space opens up, but a strong collision there from Jamie Pincott. Kang gets it out wide to the midfield. Kang using a bit of width here, Korea. The barge storming number 8, he's hard to put down. Kang again. Finds us Kim. And it's Kang to Hong. Strong carry in the midfield there. And they look to go back on the short side. Strong collision from Seb Bryan. The big prop forward Wong tidies things up. It'll be a penalty for holding on.
Yeah, strong defence there by Hong Kong. Korea putting together some nice phases, but not really making much ground. Just staying inside that sort of middle third of the pitch. I reckon that little kick, they'll look to do that a few times today. They'll play off the cuff, they'll play instinctively. They're a young team. And they'll have to look for little weaknesses in the Hong Kong back three, back line.
Yeah, definitely try get that big Hong Kong forward pack on the back foot, get behind them. That's a good little touch finder there from the young first five, Mateo Avatable.
What a championship he's been having as well, Ash. He's started that first game against UAE really strongly, hasn't looked back since then.
He certainly has. And a good line-out steal from Korea. However, they get done for the early lift. So it's Hong Kong that's going to take the early tap from James Sawyer. And he makes good meters there. Laidler getting width to Avatable. Finds Luke Vanderschmidt. A little bit of a gap and a great offload to Tom Hill. Has he got the legs? He reaches out and it's try time for Thomas Hill. Right in front of the all-familiar Sportsman Club. And opening scenes here are all Hong Kong. Fantastic try.
Fantastic try. Couldn't really ask for a better start than that. A nice D-set to kick us off from the kick-off. Good clearance. And then a nice little try under the sticks as well for Tommy Hill.
Yeah, really good. And that was from the heads-up play from James Sawyer, taking that tap nice and quickly, getting Korea on the back foot. And then, yeah, he's so hard to stop. Luke Vandersmit gets that hand away, and there it is, finished really nicely from the big Tom Hill. Really well done, Hong Kong, China.
I wonder if that'll be a trend we see later on in the game as well, Ash, like trying to up the tempo, move this Korean side around a little bit, lots of quick taps. We've got a lot of fire coming off the bench. A 9 that likes to play with quick taps. Camille Cheng, he's definitely one that likes to speed the game up.
Yeah, definitely, and it makes sense with the temperature the way it is here in Hong Kong. It's extremely hot, so to get this team exhausted. But Paul Altier does what's needed, gets the 2 points out in front, and that brings Hong Kong China to 7, playing Korea's 3 with just 4 minutes played. So the coaching staff there for Hong Kong China will be relatively happy with that opening stanza of play. Get things started off again is Jung. Jung puts it close to the touchline, but McCullough takes it nicely. And Vandersmit with another ball carry. Getting into his work early is Vandersmit. However, a great pilfer there from the big number 8 for Korea, Wang. One of only 4 players that were in this squad last year that faced Hong Kong China right down here in the football club. And this gives Korea a great attacking opportunity to plug this one into the corner and get a good set platform to strike from.
Yeah, they'll be looking to those 4 players to step up today and lead from the front. Lots of experience there in those 4 players, but apart from that, struggling a little bit with the youth.
Choi to get this one in. He finds his big lock, Kim, but it bounces away, and Laidler clears that up nicely. Herstich, proving hard to be put down. Herstich. Laidler, they go again to this forward pack. Looking to set things up, get a platform there to exit from. Creating some length in that ruck for Laidler to get a box kick away. And he does so, finding touch and settling things down just outside of their own 30.
Good opportunity to have a look at this Korean set piece and strike play. Nice starter right inside the Hong Kong half.
Choi gets it up, contested nicely from Hong Kong, but it's on the Korean side. And they've got the big lock, Kim, in the midfield with a big carry. And again, Jung finding width, this Korean side. They've got danger men out in those wide channels. And Jung gets it through to Kim. Oh, he's found some space, but a small obstruction there. And we're going to bring it back for a scrum. Now, the ever-important first scrum of the game. Both of these packs are relatively big. We've got the Cinnamon brothers, Rory and Zacchaeus up front for Hong Kong. And we've got Kim and Won there for Korea. But we'll take a slight rest here first, as one of the Korean players is just going to have blood checked out in the backfield. Mun getting some running repairs. But so far in this opening 7 minutes, there's been plenty of running action here, Jamie.
Yeah, lots of running action. Korea have tried to spread it wide. You talked about a danger man before. Yeon-sik Jung is a sevens player. Lots of gas, lots of ability, and they'll definitely be looking to get the ball in his hands nice and early, in as much space as possible in these outside channels, I think, for Korea. Hong Kong have coped with it well, though, in the first couple of minutes.
So far, yes. Now, Hong Kong need to do well to play in the right areas. They have been down here, obviously, apart from that first try. Korea have done well to keep it in the Hong Kong half. Now, be interested to see how this first scrum goes and whether or not this Korean side can put pressure on this experienced Hong Kong front row. Laidler feeds it in. It's a steady platform. Hong Kong look dominant here. Smit keeps it at the back. And it's a very strong scrum there from Hong Kong China to open things up, showing real dominance up front and getting the penalty awarded. They should be happy with that effort, Jamie. It just gives them an ability to relieve the pressure. Avatable to put the ball down into the Korean half, and now we get a set piece strike play from Hong Kong.
Yeah, scrum like that just settles the nerves of the forwards as well. Gets them moving forward. Great strike option now inside the Korean 40. Let's see what Hong Kong can launch.
McCormick Houston gets it in. McCullough finds it. Avatable with a flat ball out to his centres. Strong collision in the midfield. Playing under advantage now. Pulled it out the back, and Seb Bryant, an intercept throw, but they're going to bring it back. Jung very well to get onto that ball, but unfortunately playing under the advantage, so they're going to bring it back to about the 40-metre mark.
Yeah, lucky there, Hong Kong. There's the danger man I just talked about, number 14, Jong. Reads the game really, really well and bags the gas. The start of play there just didn't quite get through the hands quick enough to release the strike runner, I think. Not quite clicking for Hong Kong, but nevertheless got the penalty in the middle of the pitch here.
Now it'll be interesting to see what Hong Kong look to do, whether or not they want to go for the 3 points on offer.
It looks like it, yeah.
And that makes sense in this weather, just to settle things down. The points are there on the table, so take them while they're up on offer. Kicking for Hong Kong is the fullback Paul Altier, who has looked pretty good off the tee so far in this series. Hong Kong's leading point scorer so far. And it's great to see all the support that we're getting in on the live YouTube chat as well. Lots of Korean support here for their home side. And it's a good strike. And the poles go up.
Lovely strike from Paul Altier there. Had plenty more in the tank on that one.
And Hong Kong China push out their lead to 10 points with just 10 minutes played. So far, Hong Kong have looked pretty in control in this test match, Jamie.
They have, yeah. Korea have looked quite dangerous when they're starting to put things together. I wouldn't write them off just yet. They're a strong team, very, very skillful as well. So once they get in the right positions, I think they'll come away with some points. Lovely kick there by Paul Altier, though, right down the pitch.
Return to the danger man, Zhong. He looks to go high with it. And Laidler taking nicely. Finds Axton Barrett, who puts it on the toe. And a good educated little boot to slow things down and bring the play just outside the 30 there of the Korean half.
Yeah, he's a good kicking option, Ben Axton. He can kick off his left and his right, and he's always got that option to carry as well. So he's a threat, triple threat there in the midfield.
This is where Hong Kong strike from last time, but Korea get the put in through Choi. They look to go to the back, well contested, but it's on the Korean side. And they look to move the ball and shift it into the midfield, but a big collision there from Josh Hurstich. Jung looking to give service, to his first 5, who puts the little dink in the backfield. Coming onto this nicely. But it looks like a small knock on. But Paul Altier is there to get the scraps, and he gets it wide out to Tommy Hill, who's in a bit of space, who throws it back in. It's off the foot, but into touch. And very helter-skelter stuff there. But when Hong Kong get this ball in the wide channels, they're looking definitely dangerous.
Interesting tactic there from Korea, from the line-out. Most teams would bring it down, maybe set up a drive and box kick, but they know they're not going to beat Hong Kong in that sort of style of play. So play in the midfield, look for those little chips, make the little back three, space out a little bit more. That's what they're going to have to play today to get any points out of this Hong Kong team, I think.
Yeah, they're definitely willing to chance their arm with those high-risk plays. But here we have Hong Kong with a great striking platform, with John McCormick Houston getting it into Sawyer, well taken, and Hurstich coming off the back for a short ball for Tom Hill. Carries well, and it's a strong clean out to Hurstich. Rory Cinnamon showing good feet, and Laidler getting it out to Pincott. Pincott gets met well in a big carry.
No. Advantage, offside.
Now the forwards get to work. Vandersmith picking. Laidler finding Sawyer.
Plenty of space out wide to the left. If you just get through the hands. They're going to one too many phases with the forwards there.
Gets it through and then knocked into touch. Strong defensive set there from Korea. However, they were playing under the advantage, so Namakawa, the referee, is going to bring them back to a penalty right out in front. And a shot is called. So they're looking to tick things up in the way of 3s at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Hong Kong know all they need is the victory today. They don't need to chase any bonus points. It's a hot day out there. Try and give the boys as much rest as they can when it's there for the taking. So taking 3 points is a wise option here from Hong Kong.
Definitely, and if every time that they get down into this Korean 22 they can come away with points, they will be happy. It's going to make it tough for Korea as the scoreboard pressure continues to build on. Going to have to change things up a little bit and respect that possession a bit more to turn this one around.
20.
Obviously just the hands not quite getting to where they need to be.
Yeah, there's a man who'd love to score in potentially his last match, isn't it? Johnny Mack.
Definitely. Paul Altier bangs that one over, and we're looking at 13 to Hong Kong. China plays Korea's nil. Interesting to see what Korea do here if they look to go deep off this kickoff, put some pressure on and try and keep Hong Kong China down in their own territory. Buhyun Jung to get things started. He had a rib injury that kept him out from the UAE game, but he is back to full health now, and he gets us underway with a deep kickoff. Left there from Hong Kong China, and pouncing on that one on the hill, but looks like he might have just found himself offside, giving Korea a really good penalty opportunity.
Absolute coach killer that, isn't it, Nash? You go up 13-0 up, you take the points, you do all you can, and then from a kick-off you give away a penalty on your own 5-metre line.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It looks like it was just a bit of a communication error. No one putting their hand up to get that ball. And you know the rugby ball, it bounces in funny ways. One just put them offside, but it does give Korea a real opportunity here. The first real attacking line out that they've got right on the 5. Be interesting to see what they do here. They have yet to score a driving maul in this Asia Championship. They look to go to the back to their big number 8, who takes it well, and they do set that driving maul.
Traditionally a team that really pride themselves on the forwards, especially their front 5 and driving maul work.
That was really well neutralised there from the Hong Kong team.
Strong work from Hong Kong there.
James Sawyer just getting on that ball.
Never realised that it looked like it was set up properly there.
Yeah, they just disrupted it so well, getting in there, making an absolute pest of themselves, the Hong Kong forward pack. Now the last scrum, very dominant from Hong Kong, and they'll be looking to do the same here. If you can milk a penalty out of this one, it will help a lot with exiting from their own 22. And Rory Cinnamon on this close side. Platform looks strong. They're scrummaging well. And they do. They get the penalty. From there he is, big Zach Cinnamon. He's absolutely putting his work in today, getting 2 scrum penalties out of 2 scrums. He's got to be happy with that. They're worth their weight in gold, these front rowers. And they can do things like that and put your team out of the danger zone. And Abbotsable bangs that one down.
Yeah, worrying signs for Korea. 2 scrums and 2 scrum penalties there against them.
It's tough.
Water break. Water break.
So we're going to have a quick stoppage now for water. The current temperature in Hong Kong is 33 degrees, but it feels even hotter than that. So each 20-minute mark, we're going to take a quick spell to have a water break. But these opening 20 minutes have looked more or less all Hong Kong's way. They're playing well with the ball in hand. They're taking their opportunities when they come up. When they get down in the Korean half, they're putting the points on the table, kicking their goals and scoring a really good opening try as well. 17 minutes into this, Jamie, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, Hong Kong have taken their opportunities, haven't they? I mean, Korea have had perhaps 2 opportunities inside the Hong Kong 22 and haven't come away with any points, and that's probably been the difference so far. Not seen much in terms of strike plays from Hong Kong, haven't had to do much to score their points. When Korea have had a little bit of attacking time inside the Hong Kong half, they strung some good plays together, but maybe lacked a bit of penetration. They need to find some way of breaking that Hong Kong defensive line down. At the moment, they haven't managed to figure it out yet.
You're exactly right. Hong Kong, they're just doing the basics well. They're getting in the right end of the field, scrummaging really well, and yeah, when those points are there, they're taking them. To get this underway, McCormick Houston finds Sawyer, but it goes over the top, and it's on the Korean side. And it's Won who wins the ball, puts it out to Jang. Jang finds the big lock, Kim. Jang finds it up to Jung. A big collision in the midfield there from Vanderschmidt. And he's tackled off the ball is the call, so that's a penalty for Korea. Another opportunity for them to get down into the Hong Kong 22. However, they decide that they want to go for the points, so they're pointing to the poles. They're going to line up to take the 3.
Yeah, not a bad option. They haven't really come away with much in the last couple of sort of attacks in the Hong Kong half, so try and get the 3 points, get something on the board, settling them in, settling a few nerves. Good option from Korea. You see their backs there, the back's hands are really nice and sharp, they move the ball nice and quickly through their hands. It's just that little bit of penetration to break through. They'll find a weak shoulder eventually, I'm sure.
Not the easiest of kicks, at about 35 metres out on a slight angle. Binyong Jung striking the ball nicely, but just pulling it away to the right. So it'll be a 22-metre dropout from Hong Kong, China. And Mateo Abbotsable to bang this one downfield. Well taken there from Kim.
Here's a danger man, good runner. Strong contact from Thomas Hill.
Jung.
They've got numbers here, Korea, if they can shift it.
Great hands. Oh, really well taken there. And again, they find width. Strong tackle, but feet just going in across the touchline. They're upset with that because there was some really good handling in that phase. Need to be able to build those phases together.
Yeah, there's opportunities there for them. I think it's that lack of experience at the moment. There's a lot of new faces out there, perhaps not gelling together as they could be. They need somebody to steady the ship at the moment, I think, to get them in the right places and to get them on the ball a bit more.
Definitely do. And Hong Kong take this one quickly, and Sawyer cleans a messy line-out up. Sorry, Sayers, but that was Sawyer that carried well in the midfield. Gets it to Evitable. Puts it up. Oh, and a lot of pressure on the young fullback. Kim just getting his eyes off the ball a little bit. Having a small knock on.
I think the sun's got in his eyes there as the ball's coming down.
Sorry, that was actually Jong. It's unfortunate. Just those small unforced errors are really hurting Korea at the moment.
Talk to the 9.
And their team under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, as I said before, Hong Kong are making Korea work really hard for any sort of field position or possession, but on the other hand, that's a very cheap possession in the Hong Kong Korea, and the Korea's almost inside their 22 there that Korea have given Hong Kong.
It certainly is. And this Hong Kong scrum has proven very powerful in the opening minutes of this game. With 2 penalties awarded so far, Laidler gets it in. I don't think he'll be moving this one too quickly, but he does. He gets it out to Evitable, finding Ben Axton Barrett in the midfield. Good hands. Seb Bryan puts his head down into collision. Laidler to Vandersmit. Vandersmit with a little offload. Finds his captain Hurstich. Rory Cinnamon with a bit of footwork in the midfield. Laidler comes back to get it out the back door. Axton Barrett with good hands. And they go the same way. Jamie Pincott with a little offload to Luke Vandersmit, and he waltzes on over as easy as you like and brings it right round to between the posts to make things easier for the kick. But that was inevitable. There was a lot of pressure, a lot of phases from Hong Kong China, and it just opened up there for Luke Vandersmit. He's a hard enough man to stop when you're in front of him, but you give him that sort of space and he can just waltz on over.
Yeah, a few tired Korean bodies out there now. They've had to make a lot of tackles, like one after another. Sign of things to come, I think, with Luke Vandersmit, Ben Axton Barrett running hard lines into that defence. Yeah,
it's only going to get harder from here. That was a great little offload there from Jamie Pincott. But Luke strolling on untouched and able to trot on over under the sticks.
45.
Korean defence is dealing really well with the first up strikes, though. I think there was quite a nice strike from Hong Kong. Dealt with the threat of Tommy Hill running short and the option out the back, so it didn't make too many yards off the starter. It's just that repeated collision, quick ball that's breaking them down after 3 or 4 phases.
Yeah. As Paul Eltier here lines up for the extra 2. Easy as you like for Paul Eltier, and it is Hong Kong China's 20 playing Korea's 0.
Yep.
And Korea are really going to have to regroup, change up the game plan if they want to stay in this contest, because things are slowly creeping away from them. But I've been really impressed with Hong Kong China's ability to just play the game at their own pace, get the ball in the right end of the field, and make this Korean side pay for it. Jung looking to get his team underway. They bang this one down the midfield. Well taken there from Mateo Evitable. Plenty of time to get a kick through and a great exit up to the halfway point.
Yeah, a young man with a big boot there, Mateo for Hong Kong China.
He's been playing with some real confidence, Mateo, for a young man who only started his international campaign in this Asia Rugby Championship against UAE. He has gone stride to stride, having a great running against Malaysia the other week, and now proving pretty strong against Korea. But a well-taken line out there from the Koreans, and they get it out to the big man, Kim.
He's putting a lot of work for Korea today, number 5 for Korea.
Carries
a lot
well.
of carries.
Number 13, Mun,
Offside advantage.
running well. Strong carries there. Jong with service. Still playing. Gets it out. A bit of width. Some good
Strong
footwork. There's a bit of space on the outside. Korea sitting nicely. Good interchange. Will meet in a big collision from Luke van der Smit, but unfortunately offside is the call.
Yeah.
Still again, Hong Kong defence looking quite narrow there on the outside channels. They just have got that ball, one more pass out wide. There's about 3 or 4 Koreans waiting for it.
The game plan seems fitting from the Koreans. They are moving it nicely and they are finding a little bit of space, but it's just those last minute skills that aren't quite meeting the mark. But Luke van der Smit loves putting in a shot. Just getting that timing a little bit off, but I'd be really impressed with how Luke van der Smit has been in this series so far. He has been the go-to man that Hong Kong have looked for those big carry meters, for those big game-changing tackles.
Yeah, a lot of dynamism, a lot of experience as well, putting Hong Kong in the right places, stepping up when he needs to.
Choi looks to get this one in, finds his line-out option well, and a great collision in the midfield again from the big lock, Kim. Kang using his width. Kang again finds his front rower.
Stay 9.
Little kick. Oh, well taken, but just knocked on. And it bobs up for Eltier, who puts a little bit of footwork in. Look to go quickly here from James Sawyer. Zach Cinnamon in a bit of space. Well cleaned from his brother Rory. Avatable bangs this one down.
Not much of a chase on this kick. Opportunity here for Korea.
A lot of space here for the Korean winger. He does well there to evade that tackle. But off feet is the call from Johan Kim. Getting a little bit too excited at ruck time there. Diving off his feet, so once again relieving the pressure from Hong Kong China and giving them the option to get out of their own half. You can just see the toll that this heat is taking on all these players. It's really tough conditions out there.
Yeah, again, interesting tactic there from Korea to go for that little chip over the top. It's almost come off them a couple of times, but I still like to see them spend a bit more time down in the Hong Kong half, build a few more phases, apply a bit more pressure. Hong Kong have given her a couple of penalties already down there. I'm sure they'll give away a few more.
6.
McCormick Houston finds Sawyer, and they look to drive this one. And they keep their feet and march it well. Under advantage now. Laidler gets it out to Avatable, finds Hill. Hill carrying really well. Avatable with a tasty little kick, and it pops up nicely for Paul Eltier. What a connection from the 10-15, and that is as good as you get. Well done there from the young fly half, playing with such confidence to put that little dink in. And who's the man to jump on the ball? Paul Eltier. He's everywhere, this guy.
Those two reigniting an old connection from school. Both South Island schoolboys from Hong Kong, played similar age groups when they were growing up. Back at it together at Hong Kong, China jersey.
Great to see. Look at that finish. And he's pumped. Every time Paul Eltier has touched the ball in this series so far, he has done something impressive. He really is a danger man for this Hong Kong team. But he's made this one a little bit tough for him as far as the angle for the kick. Right out on the tram line.
20.
saw him before the game slotting a few of these from out in that exact same spot, so I'm fairly confident he's going to get this one out.
Let's see as he comes through. He strikes it nicely and it curls in really well.
Lovely kick from Paul there, lovely kick.
Really nice kick. And that pushes Hong Kong China's lead out to 27 points with 30 minutes played. And Andrew Douglas, all smiles there, talking to his assistant coach, Lewis Evans. They'll be happy with how their team's performing so far. As Jang looks to get us underway again. They go deep this time. Herstich, well taken. Met in a good collision, Herstich. Laidler. Abitabile. Kicks nicely. As that sun is glaring down, he lets it bounce and returns the favour. Herstich, well taken.
Stay forward. One. Yeah.
And a return kick again.
Inside. Stay wide. Yeah, all right.
As Korea decide just to settle this down, find touch and regroup.
Time off. Water break. Get the water.
But we're going to have another water break here, just to make sure everyone stays hydrated. And
yeah, there's a lot of tired bodies out there. A lot of tired bodies.
It certainly is. Just replace all the fluids as we have a look at this Hong Kong Football Club crowd, who have been given a lot of entertaining rugby so far.
Yeah, some good numbers out there today, Ash, isn't it? Despite the heat, despite the humidity, there's quite a few numbers down at Sports Road today. Lovely to see.
Yeah, great to see all the fans out here enjoying the rugby. And 31 minutes played, 27 plays, nil. Hong Kong China very much in control at this stage. This young Korean side are going to have to look to change things up a little bit to try and get back into this contest.
Mark on me.
As we look to
Time back on.
get things underway. It's Hong Kong China's line out
5.
right near the 40 in the Korean half. Sawyer out the back to Laidler. Inside ball. Well met though. Read that well. And a bit of width to Vanderschmidt, showing some footwork. Vale. Laidler.
Strong defensive game by Korea. This short game, they're finding it quite easy to defend. It's when it goes out a little bit wider that they struggled before, but they've defended that really nicely, Korea. Good line speed.
Yeah, that was a really strong defensive effort there from Korea. Just putting a lot of pressure on Ben Axton Barrett. And a small knock on. But as you said, around those short channels, they're really fronting up. This Hong Kong team have some big ball carriers, but they're getting met in big collisions from this brave Korean side.
Just before that defensive set, there's a bit of a kick battle there. Probably showing a bit of inexperience from Korea as well, choosing to go at touch. I'd like to see him stay in that kick battle a little bit longer, maybe try and play into the corners a little bit, force Hong Kong back and try and win their own line out rather than giving away so much territory. Decent attacking option here with a potentially a 50-22 on for Korea though.
They need to get this platform right first, but it's a fantastic set there from Korea. And it's good meters made
Strong
from
carry.
the inside centre.
Take him back.
And they look to go to the air as Paul Eltier collects that one nicely, but met in a good collision there from Moon.
Yo.
Laidler finding Rory Cinnamon. Looking to settle things down, get out of their own half. Back to Abitabile. Keeps this one down the centre of the field. Here comes Korea with all the footwork. Oh, and a massive collision in the midfield there from Jamie Pincott.
How many arms in that one?
Yeah, he just got that one a little bit wrong, too high. And that's going to be a penalty there for Korea. As we look at the replay. Yeah, a bit too high. Arms coming in a little bit late. Just got that one wrong there, Jamie Pincott. But
on a positive side, that starter from Korea was nice and strong. Really good attacking run there from the first receiver. Got them on the front foot. Then interesting to see that high ball kick tactic again afterwards. Good front foot ball. Let's see if we can try and play.
Yeah, they're starting to put together a couple of phases out Korea.
Back inside the Hong Kong-China 22 again.
As Choi looks to get this one underway. That's Kim. He bobbles that one at the front and Laidler cleans it up. Harry Sayers with a good carry. Finding Sawyer. Laidler gets it back to Abitabile. Choosing to keep this one in the field of play again. Well taken from Korea. Another thumping tackle there from Ben Axton Barrett. And a small knock on in the tackle. But what a collision from Ben Axton Barrett, and the chase from that kick. So important. It's well taken. Meets that right shoulder.
Just wanted a little bit extra time on the ball there. A little bit too much time. You can see what he's trying to do, draw him in and try and release the ball to his outside winger.
A little bit mistimed. It's Hong Kong look to set another scrum just inside their own half. Some real attacking options out wide here, do Hong Kong.
Also got Seb Bryan floating inside Mateo's shoulder. Very strong attacking runner. Very slippery, hard to get hold of.
Yeah, maybe too far.
Young PJ Laidler has looked good so far in this tournament. Really controlling the team around the paddock.
I've been impressed with his opposite number as well. Minju Kang, Korean 9's been busy. Service has been quick. He's got his forwards into the game. Delivered the ball on a platter to his 10 as well most of the time.
That's a better platform there from Hong Kong. They start getting the march on. But no penalty called, so Luke van der Schmidt picks from the back. A little bit messy there, but they get it through to Pincott. Pincott carries well, but they get the advantage for Korea being off their feet. So free ball to play with, and Abitabile goes to the skies. That one goes out, so they're going to go back for the penalty for Korea, just coming off their feet in the contact area. And Hong Kong now have the option. This is very much kickable within Paul Eltier's range. I'll see if they'll look to just continue to apply this pressure and go to the touch.
But last time, no advantage.
Yeah, I'm not sure Mateo knew he had the advantage there with that option.
Yeah.
Just asking the referee there to try and put his arm out to make it clear for him.
Well struck there from a young first 5'8". And another really good attacking opportunity here from Hong Kong. Platform, set the line out. Imagine they'll look to bring this one down, maybe get that driving ball going. It's worked so well for them so far. McCormick Houston. They go quickly to the veteran Pincott. But well sacked from Korea. Laidler gets it through to Hill. Hill carrying well. Ford's coming around the corner. Ball is out. So play on is the call. And a small knock on there from Laidler. So great defence there from Korea.
Yeah, dealt with that maul flat very nicely at the start. And then good knowledge of the rules of the game to identify the ball was out.
Yeah, really strong.
Still playing with a lot of heart, a lot of pride, Korea at the moment. It's great to see. Love to see them get back into this game a little bit. Need a strong exit here.
The scramble defence around the ruck time has been good, Korea. But this is quite the scrum to have on your own 5-metre line. So this front row will need to front up here, set a platform, which they do. And the Hong Kong front row just getting penalised for the angle. So it's going to be a Korea penalty and a big release of pressure.
Big release of pressure there for Korea. Starting to front up now in the front row, which is fantastic for those guys. Need a good exit here. Maybe try and sneak something before half-time.
Half-time Huda called. But they didn't tap it first, so they are going to look to play this line out and have one last strike option before they go to the sheds. And see if they can come up with something before the end of this half. Or Young Choi, currently serving in the military, playing for the army team in Korea, looking to get the ball in. It's good footwork and it's on the Korean side. Good hands, move nicely to their big prop Kim. And another small little boxy in the midfield. But Laidler cleans that up nicely. It pops that through, it bobbles around, but play on is the call. Navitable gets it off to Ben Barrett, and it's Harry Sayers with open space down the sideline. And it's try time before the half-time. Ahuda for Harry Sayers, pouring salt into the wound for this Korea side. Really good heads-up play from Hong Kong China. A little bit messy, but they managed to get it out wide. And again, opting for these small chips over the top that haven't really proven much yet. Great work from Harry. Laidler to get it away, and then the hands go out to Harry Sayers. And with that much space, he just won't be stopped.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be a re-evaluation in the change rooms of that tactic at half-time for Korea. It's obviously something they've come into this game thinking it's an opportunity for them to expose something in the Hong Kong defence, but really Hong Kong have dealt with it quite effectively in that first half.
Certainly have. They're definitely going to need to change up the game plan coming into the second half. They need to hold on to the ball a little bit more, cherish that possession, start building phases. When they do have the ball in hand, they do look dangerous out wide.
Yeah, that's really where they've started to put Hong Kong China under a lot of pressures, when they've kept the ball for a number of phases, moved it into the wide channels. Hong Kong China's defence has narrowed, and there have been opportunities there. You just need to look after that ball, as you say, Ash.
And it's an easy one there for Paul Altier. So the half-time score is Hong Kong China with a convincing 34 points, plays South Korea's 0. So Hong Kong China very much in control in this first half, but there's still plenty of football to play. And there's the Hong Kong China head coach Andrew Douglas, who will be pretty happy with how his team has performed so far in this test match. And we're going to have a look at all the highlights from this opening 40 minutes here at the Asia Rugby Men's Championship. Here's the opening try with Luke van der Smit getting a lovely offload to Big Tommy Hill, and he stretches out, and it's try time.
Yeah, lovely finish there from Tommy Hill. He's been doing it all season at club level, runs lovely lines, and he's just picked a fantastic one off here, Luke van der Smit. Again, great hands from Mateo here to move the ball. And again here on this next one, lovely little offload by Jamie Pincott for try number 2.
And here's Big Tommy Hill running hard again and getting it to Matteo Abitabile, who puts that really educated little boot across through to the danger man, Paul Altier, with a fantastic try. And here's the last try of the game with Harry Laidler cleaning things up. Gets back to Paul Altier, and Abitabile finds the space out wide, and Harry Sayers finishes this one really nicely.
Try number 4 and the bonus point in the bag before half time.
And as the teams get away for their waters, we will be back with you shortly for the second half of this final match of the Asia Rugby Championship.
Asia Rugby is more than 500,000 players, coaches, and organizers experiencing the game in this multicultural region. Established in 1968, Asia Rugby has expanded from 8 founding countries to more than 36 member unions, spanning Lebanon in the west to Guam in the east, Kazakhstan in the north, to Indonesia in the south. Home to more than half the world's population and an incredible 80% of its youth, Asia Rugby has grown from holding just 1 tournament every 2 years to running more than 15 international competitions each and every year, culminating in the iconic Asia Rugby Championship and the Asia Rugby 7 Series. Asia Rugby continues to grow the game through initiatives like Get Into Rugby, initiatives that have helped us expand our player base by more than 25% per year, initiatives designed to empower our kids with the knowledge and skills necessary to develop great players and inspire positive social change. Asia Rugby is a diverse collection of cultures bound together by our core values of integrity, passion, solidarity, discipline, and respect, driving our belief that rugby makes a positive contribution to people's lives. Asia Rugby is taking our great game, its spirit, and everything it stands for to over half the world's population. And we invite you to be part of it. Asia Rugby. We can do better, but together.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place, but some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for you, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
The Rhino recycled range. A ball for the planet.
sponsored World Flair and Rhino, along with our own Hong Kong Rugby sponsors, HSBC, Napo, DHL, Rugby, Amber, Metropolitan Services Department, and Doctor Sports, and Euro. Also, a big shout out to the Referee Society medical team, Hong Kong Rugby staff volunteers, and of course, Hong Kong Football Club for generously hosting today's game.
And welcome back to the second half of the Asia Rugby Championship between Hong Kong, China and South Korea. So far in the opening 40 minutes, it has been all Hong Kong, China's way, with them leading this fixture 34 points to nil. Now, Hong Kong have done really well to play some expansive football and score plenty of points, but this Korean side is going to have to change up the game plan and ask a lot of their bench that will be coming on and trying to add a lot of impact and get this Korean side a bit of go-forward ball. It's been a pretty entertaining game so far, hasn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, looking at the teams coming out, they'll enjoy their little stint in the aircon in the changing rooms there. Back out into the heat here at Sports Road, Hong Kong Football Club. It's been a great game so far. Hong Kong played some good stuff, as have Korea as well, and have really fronted up. It's just that cheap possession, turning over possession and giving it to the opposite team, and giving field possession as well down in the key areas, and coming away with points and being clinical. Korea have had their opportunities. They've been down in the Hong Kong 22 a few times now. Love to see them take the chances and get some points on the board.
And it looks like we've got one change to the Hong Kong China side, with Rory Cinnamon coming off for Ben Higgins.
Someone I believe is playing his rugby down in Sydney, Australia at the moment. It used to be a Valley man in Hong Kong. Played here for a number of years, playing his trades.
Wasn't in the Australian moment. Ben wasn't in the opening two fixtures so far, but he's been called into the squad to bolster their ranks up front, and he's going to want to continue the strong performance that this front row has had so far. So to get things underway, Matteo Abatabile here for Hong Kong, China. And he goes deep with the opening kickoff, and it's well taken from the Korean side, and they settle it well on their 22. Kang gets it through to his big forwards. Kim with a good carry. Kang gets it back to Jung. Jung puts boot to ball and gets that one out just outside their 30-metre mark. So a good attacking line-out opportunity here for Hong Kong in the opening stanza of the second half.
Again, showing a little bit of inexperience there. Maybe go one more phase of the forwards, getting close to that touchline. Give them an easier kick down the pitch.
Cormac Houston finds Pincott with a good take. Abatabile bounces that one off Luke van der Schmidt, and the Korean side clean that up nicely. And good carry there in the midfield, met with good defense. Good footwork from the fullback, Kim. Kang out the back door. This is better from Korea. Building some phases now. Looking to use some width. And Jang puts that one up high. Abatabile collects nicely and returns the favour. Jang shaping to kick, but steps. Goes himself, Jang. Now Kang finds his forward pack to Kim. And an unfortunate error there, just coming off his feet and having his hands past the ball there, James Sawyer. So Korea get a penalty early and an opportunity to get down into the Hong Kong half. And that's better from Korea in these opening 2 minutes of the half. They're using the ball well, they're getting that width, and they're holding on to possession, which I like to see.
Yeah, really starting to test the Hong Kong line there, keeping the ball, making them work, making them make mistakes, come away with penalty and good field position.
Unfortunately there, just a small error from Ho Yong Choi, the Army player, just pushing that one a little bit skewed, so it's going to be a scrum for Hong Kong China.
Another opportunity lost there. Worked so hard to get himself into that field position, have a great strike opportunity, and just one little error.
Unfortunate. As we set up for the first scrum of the second half, you can see big Zach Cinnamon on this close side. He's got through a lot of work in the opening 40 minutes and has looked very dominant up front. And a good platform there from Hong Kong, and Laidler goes himself, gets it across to Sayers. It bobbles, but Hurstich collects nicely. Flirting with the touchline is Hurstich. Laidler looks for Sawyer, who's ever present, getting his work in. It's a strong ball carrier is James Sawyer. Finds Avatabile, gets it out back to Ben Axton Barrett, and that boot bounces nicely, but they're going to go back for the advantage. For the collapse scrum.
Ben Axton will be glad about that. I'm not sure that ball was exactly where he wanted it to go.
No.
Looking for a longer kick there. Good option from Harry Lader off the scrum with the advantage. Test down the blind side, bring the winger into the play. Good carry from Harry Sayers and Josh Hurstich as well.
Yeah, really good. But it all started up front there for Hong Kong China, proving difficult at scrum time, and big Zach Cinnamon getting another penalty awarded for this Hong Kong China side. And Mateo Avatabile with a really nice kick, bringing Hong Kong China an attacking line out at about the 30-metre mark in Korean territory. As you see, McCormick Houston looking to get things underway. Bit of miscommunication there from the Hong Kong side, and well taken there by Kim. Kang finds his number 10, Jong, who boots that one nicely and finds a bit of real estate down there.
Yeah, good kick there, very strong kick. Under pressure.
Avatabile does well to get back and to clean that up nicely. That's really good work from the young fly half.
2 and the 3. 2 and the 3, Fabus.
As we start rolling on the subs now, so it looks like the end of the game for big Zach Cinnamon and the hooker John McCormick Houston.
A few emotional handshakes there for Johnny Mack.
Lots of experience coming off the bench though with Alexander Post and Faisal Solomona, both experienced rugby players here for the Hong Kong China side, and the ball gets bobbled around but knocked on unfortunately, so it's onto the Korean side, but they kick away possession again. And Hong Kong China into the hands of Paul Altier, and it's Seb Bryan with a bit of space and a good fend, but not quite finding the man back on the inside. But again, Korea with an opportunity, and they just look to kick it away.
Yeah, that's when you'd really like that, the danger man at the back there, Jong, to get his hands on the ball, to be screaming for it to be moved in the outside channels. It's a turnover ball, but yeah, just handing the possession back over to Hong Kong again.
Yeah, sure.
And Alex Post there looking to set this platform, and brand new front row now. Let's see if they can continue the good work that the starting front row has already set for this Hong Kong China side.
Crouch! Bang! Set!
Hong Kong China set quite narrowly here. There's Laidler. Finds Avitabile. Gets it back out to Seb Bryant in the midfield.
Good reads again by Korea. Strong reads in defence there.
Laidler finds Smit. Gets a nice offload away. The ball goes to ground, but Big Tom Hill finds a bit of space. And he gets it out wide to Harry Sayers, who's back inside to Avitabile, who stretches out. And does he get it down? I think he has done enough. Oh, fantastic work there from the young fly half, Matteo Avitabile. Pounces on that ball, but Big Tom Hill just found himself in so much space.
Great finish from Matteo, but it's amazing what a bouncing ball can do sometimes in that.
Yeah, it certainly is, and look at that footwork. He's so hard to put away, and then Harry Sayers does really well to get that back on the inside. And a great diving finish there from the young man. Really good skills. And Hong Kong China look to start this second half as they left it. Yeah, really good work there from Hong Kong China. And a big shout out to all our YouTube listeners that are tuning in live. Lots of support here from Korea, which is fantastic to see. Paul Altier shapes up for another conversion.
Difficult kick here for Paul, right on the touchline. Lovely feet there from Big Tommy Hill for a big man. He moves really well. Lovely soft hands as well to get the ball away. He'll be sucking in the big ones now, though, after that little big burst of pace.
I can imagine. Paul Altier has looked really good off the boot so far today. Well struck, it's got the legs, but unfortunately that one gets pushed wide. So the first blemish on Paul Altier's score sheet so far, but it brings us to Hong Kong China 39 playing Korea's 0. As we look to get play back underway with Bo Hyung Jun with a good kickoff, going deep and finding the captain Josh Hurstich. Settles play nicely.
New substitute on there for Hong Kong China with Carl Sullivan coming on, and I think Jamie Pincock going off.
Well taken out wide, a little chip kick though from Korea. It bobbles around, finally gets pushed into touch. But we're just going to check if there's any foul play there. And it looks like the penalty has been awarded, so referee Namakawa has decided that Hong Kong China just got on the wrong side of it there, so giving Korea an option to kick down into the touch again and set another platform to try and get some points on the board here.
Time off. Quite full.
As Korea start getting the substitutions on, Jong-Soo So coming off for Ji Jung-yu as he shapes into the back line for the short line out. Choi finds Kim, and Faisal Solomona cleans it up nicely. Laidler gets it to Vanderschmidt, good hands. Hill with a bit of feet. Good tackle on Hill though from Kim.
Strong carry from Tom Hill there, but two men outside him in a bit of space. He's done well to manage that contact area.
The new man, Kyle Sullivan, getting into his work. Laidler goes quickly. Avitabile finds Ben Axton Barrett. Strong collision there from Axton Barrett, and he goes again. Kicks through there from Korea. Play on's the call. Seb Bryant to clean things up. Bit of space there for Seb Bryant, and a nice little kick. The bounce goes against him, but a lot of pressure here from Korea, but it's opened up.
There's a danger man, he's got lots of gas.
He's got all the gas.
That stays in.
Everton, oh, it's going to be touch and go whether or not he got there. It looks like he's hurt himself in
Not
the
sure
process.
if Mateo might have played in there a little bit before he put the ball down as well.
It's the experienced sevens player, Yong-Sik Jong.
Check the grounding.
They're going to go upstairs to check the grounding. So TMO Kawahara is going to have a look to see whether or not he's been able to get this one down and whether or not there was any obstruction. Got some good enterprising play there from Korea in their first real strike opportunity.
That's the danger he has. He's got bags of pace, lots of skills, any sort of space, any sort of opportunity. He's not the man that Hong Kong China want the ball to go to.
He's still down in back play. Looks like he's injured his wrist. Yeah. Oh, it looks like, does look like Avitabile has got there first, but you've got to ask the question whether or not he has obstructed Korean winger from being able to get to the ball. We'll see in slow
Grounding
motion.
by both hands. For me, blue and white. One more back because I want to check changing lane or yeah.
Yeah, referee just looking at that obstruction or the hand coming across there from Avitabile.
A little bit more back. Yeah. He get the positioning to the score.
Could be looking at a penalty try here, Ash, I think.
Yeah, he's doing all he can to get back there, but I just don't know whether or not he's stayed
So penalty for
within the lines.
blue 10 and groundingが両方やろ. So yeah, yellow card to the blue 10, then the 7 point. Agree with me? Yeah. Yeah.
So referee Namakawa is communicating with his TMO Kawahara just to get the appropriate call here. It does look like Mateo Avitabile has obstructed him.
Yellow card.
Looking at a penalty try here and the yellow card.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, that, because he's worked so hard to get back there and chase him down. And in the heat of it, you're trying your best just to stop him from scoring, but he has come across there and put his hands on him. You can't do that, especially when the ball's looking like it's going to be a try. So, yeah, right call from the referee, I think there. 7 points for Korea, yellow card for Avitabile.
Yeah, it's the right call. One of those unfortunate ones. He's played so well so far in this test match, but he's going to take a 10-minute spell on the sidelines, and that brings Hong Kong China down to 14 men, and Korea's 7 points plays Hong Kong China's 39. And this might just be the spark that Korea need to get back into this test match. And to get this one back underway, Paul Altier goes deep. Well taken there from the Korean winger. But a good chase. Oh, Kyle Sullivan. As well. And Yang gets that one into touch.
Good temporary replacement there for Hong Kong China, and Paul Altier, a man that's played at 10 several times before. Good boot on him as well, and put Hong Kong China in a good position there down in Korea's half.
They'll look to slow things down, I'd imagine. Hong Kong China with only 14 men on the park. They won't be looking to go too quickly here.
Six or five?
As they look to just get the numbers right. They're going to put Big Luke van der Schmidt out into that back line. McCullough, well taken. And the ball gets back to Alex Post. They march forward. Good line-out drive here from Hong Kong China. Post. Gets that back to Sullivan. No, McCullough. Laidler wants it. Finds Tom Hill. Goes himself.
Again, strong defence from Korea off that first starter.
Ben Exton Barrett. Little chip through. The ball bounces up, but well taken there from the Korean winger. But taken back is the call, so it's going to be a 5-metre attacking scrum for Hong Kong China. This is exactly what you want when you only have 14 men on the field. Keep the ball down in the Korean half. Make them play out.
Show me an easy picture.
Keep that pressure on.
Elbow up, yeah. Perfect.
Great work there from Ben Exton Barrett to put the kick in and then apply the pressure.
Lovely covering by the Korean winger there, number 11, Kim.
Hey, we want to scrum here. We'll keep up. We want to scrum.
Yeah, Alex Post there with the war cry for the front row.
This is going to be a big one here from Hong Kong China. Attacking scrum, 5 metres out. Plenty of options out wide, but I would not be surprised if they look to do it themselves up front.
Crouch! 6! Boy! Set! Oh, hold, behind the ball!
Goes down to the loose side, but play on is the call. Strong carry there from Tom Hill. Vanderschmidt goes quickly to Hurstich, who does enough to get across the line. And big Josh Hurstich, the captain, coming up clutch when his team needs him the most.
Such a difficult man to stop, Josh. Big man. Big legs, thick. Very, very powerful, especially at close quarters. But he's hurt here by the looks of things.
I think that might just be the heat taking its toll and the liquids. It looks like he's suffering a bit of cramp there.
Perhaps a signal to the bench there that he's done enough.
Yeah, very much could be the case. But he's done well to get across the line here. With 14 men on the field, to keep ticking over those points is critical for this Hong Kong China team.
With
12, got tackled. 2 guys.
Yeah.
Like that. No arms.
Which area?
Here. Watch on the replay. On the big fella.
Hurstich just saying that there may be a no-arms tackle in back play, but looks like we've had some more subs come on as well, with Jack Abbott coming into the fold. His first game in this ARC so far. Maybe looking to add a bit of impact.
Yeah, a guy that's been around Hong Kong rugby for a while now. He's in the 7 setup. He's quite a few caps for the 7s as well. Great pet player, good thinking player on the pitch. A guy that can come on and maybe settle it again for Hong Kong. I think it's Tommy Hill that's gone off.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
Tom Hill and Josh Hurstich come to the sideline.
5 minutes over.
Well-deserved rest for those two.
And I believe Tyler McNutt has made his way onto the field.
How long for yellow card?
I've been impressed with Tyler McNutt with the couple of games that we've seen him play so far. He's a young up-and-coming talent here for Hong Kong China.
A breakout season with Hong Kong Football Club this year. Very young guy, straight out of school. It shows a lot of promise.
But it's Korea in possession. Bringing the ball up to the midfield. Getting it out wide to their backs. The danger man, number 8.
And then advantage over from Hong Kong. Good contact.
Yeah, good counter-rucking there from Hong Kong China. James Sawyer picks the ball up and goes forward. Laidler using whip to Paul Altier and gets it out to Ben Exton Barrett. Vanderschmidt in the wide channels, looking for his outside support, finds Harry Sayer. Sayer brings it back in, pops it to Vanderschmidt. Laidler looking to go quickly. Faisal, Solomona finds Kyle Sullivan, but he gets met well with some strong defense in the midfield. Seb Bryan pumping those legs like he always does. Faisal Solomona
Good
goes
defence there
himself.
again by Korea. Strong defence So far, a good few phases there, a lot of endeavour from Hong Kong, China.
Yeah,
Opportunity here.
They've turned that over well.
Really needs to get through the hands there to...
The kick again does Korea. This one bobbles up, and it's Harry Laidler. He takes that one over the touchline and is happy enough to just put this one into the side. And it looks like Singji Ko has also come onto the field for this Korean side.
Keep.
Jae-hoon Yu
Stay on the mark. Yeah,
has also made his way out there. So all the subs are coming on. T-Peng Saw also one of the military men here, as well as Ging-Wil Park. So they're bringing off the cavalry, but a small knock on there from Korea in the attacking zone relieves pressure for Hong Kong China. Laidler wants to use it, goes wide. Seb Bryan with some footwork. Ben Higgins puts his head down.
Advantage is over from knock. Yes. No.
Bring some length at this run. Laidler with the box kick. Bangs that one straight out. Maybe not quite the angle he would have wanted on that. Brings it out just in front of the 22 in the Hong Kong China half.
Just those opportunities again for Korea. Back inside the 22. Executed the line out nicely this time, and then a drop ball inside the 22. They've had their opportunities. They've got down there in the Hong Kong half. It's just spending that time there and eradicating those errors. But they're still there. They're still inside the 22. See what happens off this starter.
Still plenty of rugby to play as we just have a quick stop for a water break. The heat here is immense, so need to get every drop of water they can in while they can. Seen a few of the boys go down, clutching at their calves and whatnot for cramp. As we see the bench there from Hong Kong China, all smiles so far. They put in a pretty good shift. It's just Gregor McNutt left to come into the fray, as well as Camille Chong.
I think we might have seen them a little bit early if it hadn't been for that yellow card for Abdabili. Both guys with a lot of spark. Camille Chang, a good runner with the ball at 9. He'll look to lift the tempo when he comes on.
Korea with a good attacking opportunity here. But Takatitu Namakawa calls a stop to play as we're not quite ready yet. I believe we've got a couple of substitutions.
5. Yeah.
Getting the numbers right. And play underway now.
Korea have lined up their big number 5 again, Sanjin Kim in the midfield. It's carried really well for Korea today.
Oh, well taken there from Culling McCullough. Really good line out steal. Korea have swung through and got their hands on the ball, but not quite within the rules. It's a penalty there for being offside. So really good line out take there from McCullough. He's looked good today. He's gotten to his work. He's done all those basics really well.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time with the 7s and within the 7 setup. Athletic second row, can play in the back row as well. Gets around the park really nicely. Strong offloads, and he's read that line out really well there for Hong Kong China.
It's Paul Eltier looks to put this one into touch, bringing the Hong Kong China forward pack right at about the 40-metre mark. Short line out option here for Hong Kong China. We go quickly to Kyle Sullivan up front. Ben Axton Barrett finds Vanderschmidt. Met well in a good collision. Vanderschmidt hard to put down.
It's not often you see that. Luke Vanderschmidt going backwards. Strong defence again by Korea.
And they've done well to regain the ball here, has Hong Kong China.
Good leadership there by Paul Autier, just coming to tidy things up. Need a good exit now.
Laidler getting some length on this ruck. Looking to box kick, and he goes high. That's a good take there from Korea. As they look to reset. Kang.
Opportunity on here if we can get it wide.
A bit of width, but the ball just doesn't go to hand. Seb Bryan putting a lot of pressure on. A small handling error from the Koreans. It's been the story of their day today so far. Those small unforced errors are really a toll for this Korean side.
Hits back.
Seb Bryan putting so much pressure on.
Yeah, he's a guy that works really hard, Seb Bryan. Big work rate. Again, another guy that's been the 7 set up for a long time.
Number 8 is the captain. You're gonna scrum.
Big shout out again to all the guys on the media. Nancy Wong.
Yeah.
Come on, Korea.
Let's go.
Dan Farvey watching in the UK, former Hong Kong China international as well.
Strong attacking platform here from Hong Kong China. As they look to be back to the full complement of 15 as Gregor McNutt has now come to the helm. So that will be all she wrote for the young first 5, Mateo Avitabile.
Bit of a reorganisation in the midfield as well. Ben Axton Burnett slotting in at 12 now with Jack Abbott at 13.
Strong scrum, but twisting's the call, so it's going to be a reset there. Still Hong Kong China's ball. Now, I'm impressed to see what Gregor McNutt can do. He's looked very good for Hong Kong in the past.
Yeah, just one more substitution left for Hong Kong, I think, with Camille Chung. Be really good to see him come on and try and spark something in the last 15 or so minutes.
Definitely
deserves the opportunity.
This open sort of expensive game is what McNutt thrives on. He's very elusive with ball in hand. Good platform from the Hong Kong full pack.
Advantage!
They've got the advantage. Free ball to play with. Gets it to McNutt. Finds Abbott out the back, but it bobbles around.
Back to penalty.
So they're going to go back to the penalty from the scrum.
Yeah, a little bit loose there from Hong Kong. Not the starters on, maybe not had the run-throughs that they need.
Yeah.
Looking to expose Korea in that 13 in the wide channel there. Didn't quite come off.
But another good opportunity here for Hong Kong. With an attacking line out now, about 15 metres out from the Korean line.
How many minutes? 6?
We're 64 minutes into this test match. This weather is definitely paying its toll. There are some tired bodies out there, plenty of running rugby. But McCullough goes quickly, pops that one down to Sawyer. And they drive off the back of the lineup. Van der Schmidt finds the ball, bumps one off, goes himself. And he reaches out and he does enough to get across the line. Luke Van der Schmidt, he's so hard to put down when he gets ball in hand and a sniff at the try line. Really good work. I like the shift from the line-out drive, changing that point of contact, making it so difficult to defend.
I manage it. Yeah. You are control freak.
You see Luke Van der Schmidt here, good footwork, bumps one, keeps going off another, gets that hand out, and then the big stretch, boom, over the white chalk. Fantastic try there for Hong Kong China.
Yeah, strong finish there from Luke Van der Schmidt. Caught the Korean defenders a little bit by surprise there from that maul. They're expecting a driving maul. As you say, the shift just sort of spooked them a little bit, but a great finish in the end from Luke.
Yeah, he's looked really powerful today. Every time he's got the ball in his hands, he's been making meters and bumping people off. But bangs that one right down between the sticks, making for an easy conversion here for Paul Eltier.
Starting.
Nicely done there from Altier. And the score is Hong Kong China 53 plays Korea's 7. 66 minutes played. And Hong Kong China well and truly in control of this test match. As the Korean side slowly get back to halfway. Number 10, Buihyong Jang, looks to get play underway with a nice deep kickoff. Well taken by Bryant. Bouncing off one.
Yeah, using those dancing feet of his. Very difficult man to bring
Great
down.
work there from Seb Bryant. Finding Sawyer. Pops it out the back, but a big tackle.
Yeah, good
but
read.
McNeish does well to keep hold of the ball. Finds Abbott. Abbott settles things nicely in the midfield. Laidler marshalling the troops, gets it to McNeish.
Number 7 for Korea looking a little bit worse for wear after that tackle. Chanju Kim.
One bobbles around, but Korea look for the big up and under. Can they take this one cleanly? Oh, play on's the call, and it gets popped up to Abbott, who's gotten into his work well since he's come on. Laidler looking for some width. McNeish puts a little kick in, and Vanderschmidt is chasing onto this one. Can he make it? Oh, Luke Vanderschmidt, the big man, diving to put the ball down, and it looks like he's got it before it's run into touch. That's sensational work from the big man, showing tremendous pace and getting his hat trick down here at the Hong Kong Football Club.
I think he's even outrun Harry Sayers there on the wing.
Yeah, I guess when you're on form, and it's all good for Luke Vanderschmidt down here today. But look at this, and what I mean, Gregor McNeish, he loves this open sort of expansive play. Great little heads up to put that kick in, and look at the big flying man diving so nicely, putting his body on the line to bang that one down. And this will be a great angle to see this finish. This is not an easy feat, but look at that, bang! Slams it down, well done, Luke Vanderschmidt. Take your hat off. Hong Kong China really opening things up. The bench has brought on a lot of excitement so far. It's Paul Eltier lines up for another conversion. This one from out wide. Well struck, and it's good. The flags are up, and it's Hong Kong China 60 playing Korea's 7. 70 minutes played so far down here at the Hong Kong Football Club, and the fans are electric. Seeing their home side putting on a really impressive performance so far.
Great to see so many youngsters in the crowds down here at Sports Road today. Fantastic support.
It really is. Braving these conditions. Korea look to get things underway, and it's McNutt
Backward!
trying to go out the back door, but cleaned up nicely there by Post. Laidler gets it back to McNutt. Good leg drive from McNutt. Laidler, McNeish. McNeish bangs this one down and looks to keep it in the field of play.
Really good kick there from McNeish, educated boot.
Coe with it now. Kicks that one back to McNeish. McNeish looks to play wide to Eltier. Eltier finds Sayers, but caught nicely out wide by the Koreans.
Spent a little bit too long on the ball there, Paul. Could have gone through the hands a little bit earlier.
McNutt, another carry. Laidler to McNeish. McNeish put a boot to ball again, but well taken. And a little chip over, gets bobbled, and it's play on is the call. Abbott cleans that up, but there was a small knock on there by Hong Kong China, so we are going to go back for the scrum.
A few bodies strewn across the pitch here, Ash. It's quite a long bit of play there. Heat's definitely starting to tell on these guys.
Certainly is. There is a number of both Korean and Hong Kong China players down, all getting running repairs. The physios don't know where to go. Truly is tough conditions out here, but they've done so well to put on a spectacle so far. Paul Altier's calf looks heavily bandaged. He's got through a lot of work, has Paul. As we see a number of the players taking some time to just have a breather, get the water in, and shape up for this final 10 minutes. This last match of the Asia Rugby Championship. Hong Kong China
Not head, just a shoulder.
have been dominant so far.
He's back.
Hong Kong have done really well to build phases, and whenever they get an attacking opportunity, they've been taking their points. Where Korea have looked good with the ball in hand, but it's always that extra little pass or the small kicks giving away possession. Really cost them in this game so far.
Yeah, just that lack of being clinical, I think, for Korea. They've had their opportunities, as we said before. They've been down in the Hong Kong half, Hong Kong 22. They've had set pieces, just haven't managed to string many phases together down there. Perhaps that lack of experience we talked about at the start of the match. Only 4 players in this squad from this game last season.
This is a young Korean side, but they will be looking to build for the future, as these teams next year will be playing off for an opportunity to potentially go to the Rugby World Cup. So it's definitely a building year for this Korean side. Strong carry gets lost in the midfield by Yu. It's going to be the Hong Kong China scrum. It's the story of their day. They're doing so much, and then it's that last little bit of skill set that isn't quite hitting the mark.
We want to scrum here. We want to scrum.
Yeah, probably need a little bit more disguise on that starter play there from Korea. Just giving it to your biggest lad and asking to run into a brick wall is a pretty tough job.
Certainly is. Hong Kong China now with a midfield scrum and attacking options both sides. Gregor McNutt lining up here on the short side with his hand out, wanting the ball.
Yeah, love to see Hong Kong actually play off this scrum rather than keep it in there for the penalty.
It's a good set piece. Axton Barrett as the first receiver, carrying really strong. Laidler goes to Vandersmit. Vandersmit with a strong carry down in the tram lines. Good ball to McNutt. Up the back, McNutt puts another little tactical kick in. This one bounces, and it may roll too far, and it has. So we're going to go back for the scrum for Korea. McNutt overcooking that one slightly. Worked for him well last time, but that one just a little bit too far. Didn't quite have the chases that he needed.
See what he's trying to do there. Just control the game, maybe slow it down, put the ball into Korea half and try and chew off a few more minutes of the clock. Some good carries there by Hong Kong China. Tyler McNutt taking a hard carry, still making yards. Luke Vandersmit again.
Big scrum here from Hong Kong China.
No, next time.
The young Korean halfback here looks to put the ball in.
It's looking like we might get a look at Camille Chung here warming up on the touchline for Hong Kong, their last substitute.
Strong set piece. They get the ball away and look to make a collision in the midfield. Oh, well taken there from McCulloch on the ball. Laidler gets it out to Abbott. Abbott carrying strongly. Laidler finds Vandersmit. Gets to McCullough. Gets it out wide to Axton Barrett. Post. Not quite finding his hands. Sawyer bobbling it. And it goes off to touch. So it's going to be a line out. But Korea go quickly, and it's play on as they look to up the tempo here. Korea to their big inside centre. Got the advantage, so they can play with this one.
Good footwork from number 18 there.
Substitute prop saw 135 kilos, the biggest player on the park so far, getting into his work. Korea bobbling that ball.
Tackle off the ball.
But we're going to go back for the penalty for the tackle off the ball. And Korea,
tackle off the ball.
A few of their players are down again. And the big man, Taipang Saw, coming in like an absolute hurricane on that play. I believe that's actually the translation for his first name, Taipang, meaning hurricane in Korean.
Lovely feet there from number 18.
His kick.
Lovely feet.
Not finding touch, so another unforced error from the Koreans. Really letting off the pressure for this Hong Kong side.
Yeah, you can see that the sort of raw skills and athleticism are there for Korea, but they've struggled with managing this game and playing rugby in the right areas. So give them a couple of years, and this experience will pay dividends for them.
But here comes the young man, Camille Chung, a real crowd favourite down here in Hong Kong. He played his debut against United Arab Emirates a few weeks back, but he replaces Harry Laidler, who has been everywhere today. He's played really well. Camille, he brings an extra little bit of spark to his game. Loves to play with the ball in hand and throw things around. Korea get this one in, but it goes over the back and bobbles around, but well taken and cleaned up in the end. Gets it off, little pop to Kim. Kim's got through a lot of work today. Good service there from the young halfback. He gets it out wide. But barreled into touch there from Seb Bryan with a strong defensive effort. Kim on the wing, not able to keep the ball in play, so it's going to be a Hong Kong China line out. As we get into these closing minutes of this test match, you can see the toll that this heat has taken on both sides. As things starting to move a little bit slower. Hong Kong China opting for a short line out. McCullough finds Chung, gets it to Axton Barrett. Good little offload to McNutt, who spins out of one, bumps off the other, keeps his legs driving. Chung to Sullivan. Sullivan carrying hard.
Another big tackle from Sang-Jin Kim.
Abbott.
A lot of work for Korea today. Whether it's defence or attack, he always lines up in the midfield with Korea.
Chung gets it to Solomon Apenasia. Big man to stop Solomon Apenasia, carrying well. Well, that one misses the target, but Higgins cleans up nicely. Chung to McNeish, shapes the kick. Goes a little one for himself, bobbles that over, and the ball bounces up, and it's McNutt who gets onto the end of it. Tyler McNutt, the man who knows his way to a try line. He's done so well to follow that. He's been everywhere, has McNutt. He's done a lot of the hard work in around those close channels with all his carries, but this time he's on the end of a Gregor McNeish chip kick and gets the spoils.
Yeah, Gregor afforded a lot of time there on attack. Pick whatever option he wanted to do.
Just pops up so nicely for McNutt, and it's a stroll right over. And bringing the score up to 65 for Hong Kong with the kick to come. And Hong Kong China will be pretty happy with their performance in this closing test match of the Asia Rugby Series. Gregor McNeish looks to get his first points on the board. Does exactly that. And 67 plays 7 in the final minute of this test, so we'll have enough for another kickoff. Let's see if Korea are able to bring something for their fans in this closing stanza of play.
Good to see it. Korea hopefully chance their arm here and go short so they can win the ball back. The last little attack.
And they do, they go for the short option to try and get this ball back. And it's bounced up. Play on. No, we're going to go back for the knock on. And that is all she wrote. Namakawa blows the final whistle, and down here at Hong Kong Football Club, it's Hong Kong China 67 to Korea's 7, and a truly impressive win from the home side. And that will be the Asia Rugby Championship won by Hong Kong China. A really impressive performance out there today, Jamie.
Yeah, really clinical, took their opportunities, controlled the game really, really well. Korea, on the other hand, didn't manage to get any sort of foothold in the game, apart from their sort of penalty try just after half-time. But yeah, great result for Hong Kong China, and a great way to end the championship.
Yeah, this puts them in good stead for their upcoming tour to South America, where I believe they have 3 different fixtures coming up. So this team will be touring for 3 weeks in South America. And we're going to skip across to the highlights of the second half. And a really good stanza of play here with Big Tommy Hill showing great footwork and getting it across to Harry Sayers, and then back into the young fly half, Mateo Avitabile. And here we see Korea's only points of the match with a good little kick from the danger man out wide, and getting obstructed there when he went for the try, and that was a penalty try and a yellow card awarded to Korea. And this was a great little facet of play there from the Hong Kong China captain, Josh Herstich, crashing over for the try. Now Luke van der Smit getting his work done, getting one of his 3 tries today as he stretches out and bangs that one across the chalk. And this is the last of Luke van der Smits 3 tries, chasing really well with an impressive dive finish.
Yeah, big contender for man of the match there. I think Luke van der Smit, him and Pods here, fantastic performances today.
And that's the magic of McNeish, putting that little chip over, and it's Tyler McNutt who gets on the end of it and waltzes in for another really good try. And coming up shortly, we're going to cross over to the Hong Kong coach, Andrew Douglas, who is going to give us his thoughts on the match so far and what he makes of this final test of the Asia Rugby Championship. As we see the Hong Kong China team celebrating with all their fans in the HSBC Red Dragon mascot there, getting around the team, enjoying the spoils. But there's plenty of reason to be all smiles down here from Hong Kong China. That was an impressive performance down at the home ground, as the Korean side go around the stands, thanking all their support, both here at the football club and as well as viewing online. They have a lot of fans, this young Korean side, and they're a team for the future. This is definitely a building year for them, but they are looking to go on to bigger and brighter things next year. As we can see, a well packed out Hong Kong Football Club.
Yeah, really nice to see the Hong Kong supporters standing up, applauding the Korean players. They recognise it was a big task here today against Hong Kong China with such a young team. But yeah, as you say, Ash, a lot of experience gained today in this match. You can see the raw athleticism, the skills are there. I think it's just a case of getting some experience over the coming years.
And now we're going to shoot over to the Hong Kong China coach, Andrew Douglas, for his thoughts on the test match.
Impressive result there, 67-7 3 weeks ago, played against UAE. Impressive result, but you were disappointed. Happy today?
Yeah, you've got to be proud of that effort, I think, Aaron, especially that first half where I thought we put them under a lot of pressure, and we knew if we get them down early that it's going to be hard for them to come out of that hole, especially, you know, the conditions today was pretty warm out there, so it was always going to be tough. And the game plan was to start well early and put them under pressure, force them into tough decisions, and I think we accomplished that.
Obviously in the second half, went down with a penalty try, yellow card. Pretty happy with you came out, scored a try, all right, under the bin, under the posts, managed that pretty well. Happy with the impact on the of the bench as well.
Yeah, very much so. You know, we knew we had a strong bench, and the way we were going to work things around that 45-minute mark with these conditions, we knew we wanted to release that bench early, and I thought the bench came on, certainly made an impact. I thought every one of the group accomplished something and gave something to this group today. And you know, the yellow card was unfortunate. Mateo was just being competitive, you know, he didn't want to let the team down. He really fought for that, but just pushed that boundary a little bit too far, which is unfortunate.
Mateo made his debut in this ARC Championship. Pretty impressive overall. You must be happy.
Yeah, look, he's only 21 years of age, you know. A big goal of mine coming into this to try and build some depth. And Camille Chung's 19, Mateo 21, Tyler McNutt 21. And those guys are making a stand here, you know, and it's great to see that young talent coming through, and it's exciting for what lies ahead.
And let's talk about what lies ahead. So obviously most people would put their feet up, but not you guys. You're off on tour.
Yeah, look, we'll enjoy tonight, but come Tuesday we're back to work, and we'll do a couple of trainings this week, and then Sunday get on a plane to Santiago in Chile, and we've got 3 weeks there with 3 tough test matches. Chile obviously at the last World Cup, so they're going to be a tough nut to crack in Chile, and then Paraguay and finish with Brazil, who are on the rise and really put them some effort into rugby. So yeah, it's a tough 3 weeks coming up, but it was nice to tick this one off.
Congrats once again, safe travels, and enjoy the beer tonight.
And now we're going to come back to see your champions, Hong Kong China, receive their Asia Rugby Championship trophy. And to award the trophy today is His Excellency, the President of Asia Rugby, Chase Abdallah Al-Dali. There he is with the trophy. And Captain Joss Hurstich with the spoils. There you have it. Hong Kong, China celebrating as they do so well. And why not? They have been convincing leaders of this championship with 3 very impressive wins. And all the best for their upcoming tour to South America. Great to see them getting all the fans in to celebrate with them. This big crowd down here at the Hong Kong Football Club. Enjoy watching the home side get a comprehensive victory.
Excuse me, please.
really good to see the young fan base and all these kids loving rugby down here in
great
Hong
for the
Kong.
game. Great for the game in Hong Kong. That the only way to try and grow it is getting the youth in, getting the school kids involved. Lovely to see the team integrating with them as well.
Getting up alongside all their heroes that played so well today. This convincing win with Hong Kong China beat out Korea 67-7 and take home the Asia Rugby Championship. Captain Josh Hurstich there with his young family. Parading the trophy around. Really, really impressive stuff today here from Hong Kong, China.
Well done.
But that is all the coverage that we have here today, with an emphatic win for Hong Kong China. 67 plays, Korea 7, and Hong Kong China are your Asia Rugby Championships. That's everything here from the commentary box with Jamie and Ashton signing off. Thank you very much.